Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you how to get this look, which is my go-to, reliable, long day, event makeup, Disneyland makeup. You guys are having a wonderful day today. Thank you for clicking on my video and deciding to tune in. If you are new here, hi, I'm Kendra. I post 3 videos a week. You're gonna want to check them out, so definitely hit the subscribe button down below and don't forget to hit the notification bell if you have not already. I have been getting a lot of comments and complaints that my subscribers are not seeing my videos in their feed and they're not being notified. So if you want to be notified, definitely hit the little notification bell, which looks like this, and you guys will be notified whenever I post a video. I am obsessed with this look. I hope you guys are excited because I love this look so much. This is one of my most reliable looks that I do on a basis when I need to pull out a great look that's gonna last long all day and it's gonna look good all day as well. I feel like this intro is already long enough, so let's just go ahead and get right on into things. 2 things to point out at the beginning of this. My eyebrows are already done. Just because I was wearing makeup earlier today, it's just so much faster if I don't have to do my eyebrows. But I will tell you what products that I use. It's the same thing that you always hear, but I'm gonna say them again. And then the second thing is I don't have mascara on, but I did get my lashes permed and tinted and I'm literally over the moon, dying obsessed with them. So word to the wise, if somebody does perming and tinting around in your area, I highly recommend it. I did already put on my Smashbox Primerizer. I do like to do this as like an extra moisturizer before my primer. This is amazing. I use this all the time. Yes, you guys are gonna think there's millions and millions of steps and it's a little bit crazy, and I totally agree with you. This is just what works for me. And so on a day like Disneyland or like an event, or like I'm gonna be doing things all day that I need to look good for, these are the things I do. Next I'm gonna go in with my tried and true. We have my Becca what is this? Not Photo Finish, obviously. Becca First Light Priming Filter. You guys already know how much I love this stuff. This is truly the best primer in the world for me, for what I'm looking for my skin type. This is the best. And then my last priming step, while I'm letting the Becca primer soak in, I just give it a second and then I go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. You guys already know again with this that I use this on daily, love this, repurchased it a million times. Yeah. I just feel like that adds an extra layer of hydration to my skin, and it also leaves my skin a little bit tacky for foundation that we're gonna go in with next. What are we on to, like step number 5 already, and I haven't even started foundation? So the foundations that I go to for long days or anything like that is definitely it's either the Fenty Beauty Foundation or the Too Faced Born This Way Foundation. The reason I'm going with this today is because this holds just a little bit more power over the Too Faced Born This Way foundation for me. The Too Faced Born This Way foundation just tends to, I'm not oily, but it does tend to get like a little bit more tacky throughout the day, which I actually really like that look. But in regards to long wear, it kind of messes it up a little bit. Does that make sense? It is one of my most long wearing foundations. It is very long wearing. This is just better, you know? So I'm going to apply this and then we'll move on. Okay, so the foundation is on. I love this foundation because you can kind of work with it depending on the coverage you want. I did more of a light, maybe a little bit of medium in certain areas, but definitely more of a light coverage. That is what works for me. That's what I prefer at this moment. If you prefer full coverage, you can definitely achieve that with that foundation if you were curious. Now, I have 3 concealers, which again seems really too much, and it is. I don't know why, I'm so extra. But the 2 of them you see in almost all of my videos, and that is the Photofocus Concealer by Wet n Wild and the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. But another one I wanted to mention today is the Kylie Cosmetics Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Ivory. This is the closest concealer I've ever found to my actual skin tone that I can get to cover blemishes. So that is why we have 3 concealers here, ladies and gents. Some of you probably don't need a repeater or a reminder, but the reason I love this Photofocus Concealer by Wet n Wild is that it does not crease. Well, it creases. It creases less than any other concealer I've ever used, less than the Tarte Shape Tape, like honestly, less than anything. So this is what I like to use on my under eyes specifically. The shade is not super brightening, unfortunately, so that is why I go in with my ColourPop concealer next. But what I do is I just blend out this concealer first, and then I have a lot of redness on my nose, so I put it on the tip of my nose. If you don't want a lot of brightness, if you don't want a lot of extra coverage, I guess you could totally stop here. I totally understand. But now I'm going in with my ColourPop concealer. It's definitely lighter and more brightening, but this is what I use to highlight. It does oxidize a little bit, but did you guys hear that they came out with new shades? I can't wait till they drop because I'm gonna be buying them all. Next, I take the Skin Concealer by Kylie Cosmetics. I use this to cover up those little stupid little blemishes that really get in the way sometimes. Some of these things are just impossible to cover sometimes, but you gotta do what you can. For setting my under eyes, I've just still love this stuff. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Powder. I'm going to use this to set my under eyes because one, it's not drying even in the least bit, and two, it really does brighten the under eyes. Okay guys, I have set my under eyes, and now for more setting of the face. With this foundation, I don't have to set my full face. Like, it's basically dried down, and I like that feeling of not feeling dry. Most of you know I have really dry skin, but I do get really shiny on my nose, and this happens pretty quickly and like all the time. So I'm taking my Fenty Beauty, what is this called? The Universal Matte Blotting Powder. This lasts a pretty good amount of time, and it will keep my nose matte for a solid amount of the day. And then for anywhere else I put concealer or covered blemishes, I like to take a loose setting powder. Any loose setting powder you like will work. I have this tiny little sample size kind of thing of the Kat Von D LockIt translucent powder, and I really like this stuff. So that is what I'm going to take today. I just really feel like packing on a bunch of powder over where you covered a blemish helps the concealer last a bit longer, you know? The next step is where I do brows, so I'm gonna just kind of point out to you what I've been using lately. I feel like my brow process has changed a little bit more. I ran out of my ABH Brow Wiz, which is my day-to-day go-to. However, I'm waiting to repurchase it until the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty like day for it, and I know that's within the next week or a couple of days. Don't worry, I have it on my calendar. I won't forget, but I'm just not looking at my calendar right now. So I've been taking the ColourPop Brow Boss, which is like my second favorite brow pencil. This is in the shade Light Brown, and really all I do is underline my brow with it. And then I take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder and honestly do the rest of my brows with it. And then whenever I need more like hair-like strokes, I'll take the pencil. And then you guys know I can't literally do anything without the Glossier Boy Brow. So that's how I top it off. Now that the brows are done, I'm going to prime my eyelids. I won't show this on camera, but I will tell you what I've been using. A lot of you have probably heard a lot of my videos, and if you haven't, a lot of times I include it in the description. But the thing I use all the time is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. This stuff is so matte and super full coverage, covers your eyelids completely, and does not let your shadow crease at all, even in slightest. So this is what I go to, this is what I'm gonna be using, and then I'll be right back with you guys to move on to some eyeshadow. Okay guys, so my eyes are primed. The next step is obviously eyeshadow. I wanted to show you 3 palettes that I go to. There's about 5, but there's 3 that are a little bit more higher up there that I go to when I am just looking for an eyeshadow look that's always going to look flawless throughout the day. And that is the Kylie Cosmetics Bronze Palette, the Too Faced Sweet Peach Palette, but you guys have seen this millions of times. It is mainly for that luscious shade right there. Like, I live, breathe, and die for that shade. And then it is the random, I know, but the Kylie Cosmetics Take Me on Vacation Palette. There are a few shades in this that I absolutely adore, and I think they look good all day, and I think they look good with the lip choice that I am going to choose as well. We're actually gonna work with this palette today. Maybe have to jump in the other palettes for maybe just a shade or two, but mainly this palette. I am going to start by taking this shade right here. It's a super light transition shade, but it'll definitely do the trick. Next, I am going in with this shade down here, which I believe is called Sun Tan, Spray Tan. And the shade I used before is called Sea Breeze. I'm gonna take this shade into the crease to deepen things up and bring some warmth into my eye. And to just deepen things up a little bit more, I'm taking this like chocolatey medium brown shade. This one is called Palm Tree. I'm just going to like kind of strictly keep this in the outer V here, and I'm not gonna use a lot because I don't, for a go-to look, I think it looks much better on me to have light, bright eyes than a dark, deep eye. So I'm just doing a little bit kind of fraying it. Is that even a good makeup term? Like kind of fraying it out into the edges. Blending it would have been better, I guess. But you know what I mean. Just taking more of Suntan, which is that warm, lighter brown, and blending it through just to blend through with the darker brown that we just used. Okay, now for the lid shade, I am taking this color right here, which is called Paradise, I believe. Yes. And I am going to just hack this all over the lid, but if I do remember correctly, there's a little bit of fallout with these shades and I don't want to deal with that, so tap it off. This shade is like a super warm gold. I love it so much. It almost has like undertones of like orange almost. And then I'm going to take more of it, but spritz my brush just to give it that really extra like va-va-boom factor. Okay, the only shade I'm using from another palette is going to be this white peach shade. Whoops, this white peach shade. And I'm just going to use it to matte highlight my brow bone. You guys know I always matte highlight and then shimmer highlight just because I feel like matte highlighting really does the trick. And then shimmer highlighting just adds a little, tops it off a little bit, you know? I'm kind of just going to mimic certain steps on the lower lash line. So we're gonna start off with that first shade right here and just sweep it along. This one is barely gonna show up, but it's gonna create like a smooth transition to blend all the other colors on top of. And I'm gonna go in with Suntan. And then I'm just gonna leave it off at that. I don't wanna add the darker brown shade for this step because I do want to keep my eyes looking open. I don't wanna close them at all, so I'm not gonna add that darker shade. I just realized you guys weren't zoomed in for any piece of that, and I apologize, but it wasn't a difficult eye look. So hopefully you got the gist. And just in case you guys are wondering, that eyeshadow palette is still on the Kylie Cosmetics website if you are interested in these shades. This is actually like, even though you guys know like this bronze palette is one of my all-time favorite palettes ever, the quality and the like formula of these, all of these shades is absolutely stunning, flawless, beautiful, and I highly, highly, highly recommend this palette. Plus it's like pretty large, pretty durable, comes with a brush, has a huge mirror, and has 16 shades. It's a lot. I highly recommend this palette. I think you should pick it up. Next, moving on to contour. This is definitely not something I do every day, but I kind of want to show you what I do. Even with long wearing days, I still a lot of times don't contour. I just really like to be really bronzed. But when I do contour, I always use the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder in Light. I know that this is a really, really pricey find. I think this is $44 for this tiny thing, but I've had it since like July of last year and I still have great experiences with it. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely stunning. It's the best contour product I've personally ever found. So I kind of justify paying that much for it, especially if you're somebody like me who doesn't contour every day. You're not gonna go through this very often, but if you do heavily contour every day, you might go through it a lot. You might wanna find a cheaper option. So today I'm just taking a tiny bit and bringing it on my cheekbone right here. Start from the hairline and move down. And I usually just do that little bit of contour because I'm going to add bronzer over it. One place I love to add this product is right underneath my chin to kind of distract from the double chin, you know? And then I love bringing this right here to kind of reshape my jaw, you know? But out of all the places I showed you, where this product works, whoops, the absolute best is my nose contour. So I just take it on this fluffy brush here and bring it down my nose. The one reason this looks so amazing on the nose as a nose contour is because this, first of all, not only is this powder formula absolutely incredible, but this shade is so perfect for my skin tone that it just really just looks like a natural shadow. As you see now, I'm also bringing some right underneath my lower lip. That is it for contouring. Again, I almost rarely ever contour. The only days I really break this out are for my nose contour. But if I wanna look real snatched, I'll use it sometimes. All right, fam, the next product is bronzer. You guys already know that these are my two favorites. I just can't live without them. Today I'm gonna mix them together. You could completely get away with one or the other, but I did want to mention my all-time favorite affordable bronzer is the ColourPop bronzers. This one is in the shade California Dreamin'. This is actually quite similar to this Marc Jacobs bronzer, except for this one just has a little bit more of that like terracotta-y undertone. But I want to mix these two together because I want the warmth of this and the sheen of this one. So we're gonna just mix them together. Make our own little concoction. All right, and once my face is bronzed, just to match the color of contour on my nose to my face, since we added the warm bronzers, I take a tiny bit of whatever bronzer I'm using and just sweep it down my nose, just because I wanna make sure that all the colors on my face are matching all the shades, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. Next product we are working with today is blush. I'm gonna show you 4 blushes that are my go-to blushes. These blushes are all, you know, amazing. None is better than the other, but I obviously have to choose one to use today. The first one I wanted to show you is the Milani Baked. I do that all the time. Whenever I'm trying to say this blush, I say Baked. Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This is a ride or die blush. This looks absolutely stunning. It makes your cheeks look healthy, glowy, summery, warm, stunning, youthful. I love it so much. I use this so much. The next one is the Ofra Mai Tai blush. This is newer to my collection. I think I've had it for a month and a half, but it has been something that I can't stop picking up. It is so stunning. As you guys can see, there's a big trend in these warm, corally colored orange blushes. The next one is Kylie Cosmetics X-Rated. Again, I don't have to say much about this. As you guys know, this has been one of my favorites for literally a year now, because it came out, I think, in April, so almost a year, like just shy of a year. This is amazing. The formula is incredible. And then the last one is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Chili Mango. This is the one I'm going to use today because I just feel like I haven't used it in a while. I've showed this in a video before and it's really awkward to show, but the way I use this is I will take this ColourPop stippling brush, ColourPop stippling brush, probably any stippling brush or any brush of your choice would work. I just prefer this one. What I like to do to warm up the product is like breathe on it, which is super weird to show on camera, but that's what I do. So I just go like, and as I was saying, I've shown this in a video before, so sorry if you've seen it before and you're like, Kendra, that's freaking weird. Why are you doing that again? I know, I'm sorry. I am. But yeah, that's just how I do it. And then I take my stippling brush and go like this. I smile and I start with like a patting motion just to kind of lay down the product. And I just get the most gorgeous sheen from this blush. I love it so much. And then I start bringing it up a little bit, but I mainly like to keep blush on the apples of my cheeks because I do like that raised youthful look that it gives my cheeks. Next, guys, obviously is highlighter, my favorite part of my makeup routine, that and bronzer, and obviously brows because I couldn't go anywhere without my brows. I just did a video of my favorite glossy highlighters, and in general those are like my favorite highlighters in general at the moment, so I'm not gonna give you guys more options. I'm just going to show you what I'm using today, and that is the makeup what is this, Makeup Revolution, Soph times Makeup Revolution highlighting palette. And again, this is another thing that you guys have seen in so many recent videos, and that is just how addicted I am to it. I love these top 4 shades with all of my heart. I use them interchangeably, but today I'm gonna go with my all-time favorite combo, and that is just laying down with this beigey gold and then going over top of it with that gold right there. These look so glossy and stunning on the skin, and that is just what I'm going to do today. And now, just to top it off a little bit with that other gold shade, I just like to take a little bit and sweep it just like on the corner here. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, just like right there. And then I just kind of like, you know, messily put it everywhere because I love highlight and that's just my life. We are first going to set my face and then we will do mascara. The first product I'm going to use is just a little bit of this Smashbox Primer Water. I just love the way that makes my makeup look. This is so extra, I really apologize. And then next I'm taking the Pixie Glow Mist. And this really gives my skin a glowy finished look. And then last, to really lock everything in, again, I'm so sorry, this is so annoying. I'm really embarrassed for myself. I just dropped it. We're back. The next thing is the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray, because this really will make my makeup last. So I like to top it off with this. Okay guys, now for mascara, I am going to show you the 3 mascaras I use on a day-to-day basis. You already know about these if you've watched my videos in the past. but I love the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, and the Pixie Lower Lash Mascara. I have super curled lashes right now because of the lash perm and tint, so I don't need to use a lash curler, which is beyond me because if you guys know, like, my hair is this stick straight, so are my lashes. Like, I used to get lash extensions, and my lash artist is one of my closest friends, and she always made fun of how straight my lashes were. Like, they were some of the straightest she's ever seen, and it's real. It's a problem. So I'm gonna go in with this mascara, and then I'll be right back to show you guys the lip choice. Okay, yeah, some people may recognize my go-to lip is always a red. I just feel like empowered, and it's just my favorite color to wear on my lips. My favorite reds are actually the more orange reds, like the very, very bright pop orange reds. However, I don't have the whitest and brightest teeth, so throughout the day, after eating a few meals, obviously my teeth don't look as white as they did in the morning, and the orange in the lipstick does emphasize that. So lately I have been loving the Kylie Cosmetics Red Velvet Liquid Lipstick. This is the perfect red because it is a bright, beautiful, gorgeous red, but it is very like natural red. Like, it's not an orange red, it's not really a crazy blue red, it's kind of just like in the middle, and I really love it. Okay guys, so this is the red that I've been loving so much. And this is like my go-to reliable. It's gonna look good all day, no matter where you're going. This is my look. This is my go-to look. Obviously, if I was wearing a certain outfit, that would kind of change the lipstick color I chose. But typically, I like to wear outfits where I can put on a good red lip. So this is what I love to do. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please let me know by leaving me a thumbs up. Just click that little thumbs up button right down there, and also don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know any of your thoughts down below. I love replying back to your guys' comments, so definitely hit me with a comment down there. But I will let you guys go. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whatever it happens to be that you're watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.